let's talk musicals. Wait, don't go. I know, another theater kid. Just please, okay? Please, just stay. Okay, that's right. Come on. Don't write it off just because it's a musical. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Powerful, though not so powerful wizard, brains, courage and heart, a kid with a dog, a yellow brick road, and a couple of witches. Wicked is the witch's point of view. It's like if this movie is Breaking Bad, Wicked is like Better Call Saul. Okay, let's go. This is the only green and the only pink that I had. Let's make a quick lightning round. Movie is a Broadway musical adaptation. Broadway musical adaptation is a book adaptation. I tried to read it like 10 years ago, it was boring. Theater kids around the globe adore this voice long before your kids couldn't let go watching Frozen every day. You may think that Wicked is a story for kids, like the guy who sat behind me in movie theaters. Well, he was wrong. You probably guessed it. I love Wicked. I've been loving and listening the soundtrack for over 20 years now. And in case you don't know what the whole fuss is about, why is everyone so crazy about some old story, I will guide you step by step and let you know that there is much more to the movie than Ariana Grande, though she's awesome. Let's start from basics. The story. As I already mentioned, Wicked is like a spin-off of Wizard of Oz, where we see the story of Glinda the Good Witch and Wicked Witch of the West. And it's the story of how they became those characters that we all know. The interesting part of the story is that it's not pretty obvious. Like, we all know that Wicked Witch is wicked, and Dorothy with her friends will defeat her, and Munchkins will live happily ever after. And Glinda the Good Witch is super magical and wonderful and good. The storyline reveals some unexpected stuff, like they studied in the same school for wizards, and they were roommates.
Wait, what?
They also raising social issues, though they show it like in some magical context. For example, she's, well...
You're green. I am.
And everyone thinks that there's something really wrong with her and we should avoid her and stuff like that. Or they're talking animals who government wants to cut down. And so we see the frontline story of two witches, but in the background there are lots of political intrigues going on and they are getting involved, and step by step they became Good Witch and the Bad Witch. The interesting thing here is that Elphaba, that is the name of that Wicked Witch of the West, she wasn't bad. She's not bad. Like, she wanted to do good, she wanted to be good, she wanted to help, and she had a dream to become like a partner with the wizard, the great Wizard of Oz. And you know what they say, don't ever meet your idol. As we know, Wizard of Oz is just a man behind the curtain. He's not a wizard, and basically he wanted to control the city of Oz, and he needed someone with actual magical powers so that he could continue fooling those citizens. And that's why he needed Elphaba.
You have no real power.
That's why I need you.
But she figured out that he's a fraud and she didn't want to do anything with that. And so she refuses to join him. And as he was not an actual wizard and he could do nothing against her, and she had actual superpowers, but he wanted to save the power over the Oz, he found the perfect solution. He claimed her a wicked witch and everyone should be afraid of her.
Wicked witch.
And well, people believed him because it's still a fairy tale and people believe their government. And so she decided two people can play this game and she won't be afraid anymore. And so she became sort of evil.
It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
And that was the end of Act 1. Yep. Movie will have the second part where we will find out, had she actually died, had she actually became evil, and stuff like that. It's not a secret that Wicked is a cultural phenomenon, and it really is, because like the Broadway musical premiered 21 years ago. It has multiple awards, songs are amazing. Actually, generations have been singing those songs for years, for decades already. And there are lots of covers, and like if you go to YouTube and Google popular or defying gravity, you will see multiple videos. Let's talk about characters. As I already mentioned, Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, wasn't that wicked at all. She was really like super kind, little kid and super kind young adult until she met her idol. And you know the story.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And yes, it might be interesting to watch this transformation, but it's even more interesting to watch the transformation of Glinda. Shows up as a really shallow Miss Popularity. She surrounds herself with sort of friends, but not so much. She used to be treated as a princess and she couldn't tolerate anything less until she became a roommate with Elphaba, and then she started to transform. Basically, like, she wasn't evil, but when we first meet these two characters, we see that Glinda, the good witch, was actually not that good. She was mocking Elphaba and everything, and she was looking down to people, though she wanted to help. And Elphaba was really kind and much deeper than Glinda. But they met and they became friends and they changed each other for good. So if we look at the story behind the scenes, we actually will see that everything that we know is like the opposite, because the Wizard of Oz is not only a fraud, but he's actually really bad. And Wicked Witch was really, really kind, but people hurt her a lot. And then she faced the choice. She could play good and be bad, or she could play bad but be good. And that choice was obvious for her. On the other hand, we have a political story that animals should not be talking, but we find out that the real story that wasn't rewritten by government
Hello there.
tells us that animals actually ruled the country before. See, it's not only singing and dancing. We also have a romantic line. Basically, there is this cool guy, bad boy-ish, arrived, a prince. I think he's a prince, or maybe a duke, I don't remember, I guess a prince. So he arrived, and of course Glinda needs to be with him because he's a superstar, she's a superstar, we're matching. But then we find out that he's not that shallow either, and he has a special connection with Elphaba. And now we have a love triangle between two besties, and not a bad guy actually, and none of them are really bad, they're just human beings and they make mistakes. And in part 2, we'll find out what's going to happen. He's going to be with Elphaba. Even from trailer, you can see that costumes are amazing, and makeup and scenery, and City of Oz was an actual decoration. Of course, they used special effects and blue screen because they couldn't use green screen. But they actually built the City of Oz. And in general, we have a pretty awesome cast. You've seen those people in a lot of other stuff. And we found out that Duke Bridgerton can sing and dance. It's important. Despite book was written almost 30 years ago and Broadway musical premiered over 20 years ago, social issues are still up to date till now, so here's the thing to think about. So in case you've missed it in theaters or you don't want to watch it in theaters, you can, go see a trailer or parts of musical numbers or behind the scenes. You can get the look and feel of the movie, of the whole story, and maybe you'll enjoy it, and maybe you will think about watching the movie. Here we are in the intermission, waiting for the second act to begin, and I believe it will be released in theaters in a year from now. I'm really looking forward to it because we're gonna find out what's gonna happen to Elphaba and how Glinda deals with herself while cooperating with Wizard, and make everyone believe that her bestie is actually a wicked witch. Oh, and also we'll find out how these three guys became themselves. Okay, I'm not gonna take more of your time. Just go listen to Wicked soundtrack, or go to the movies, or wait till it will be on some streaming platform, or don't do any of it. But still, please press subscribe, go check my other videos, and see you in the next one. Bye.